I went to LA and I went to New York and I worked with this wonderful makeup artist called Ilana Harkavi, who owns a company called Il Maquillage, which I'm not quite sure whether it still exists. I think it's only existing through mail order now. And she took me down into her makeup room and, you know, having lied to her and said, we all agreed that we should lie and say I'd done Bieber makeup in London, which was completely untrue. The nearest I got doing Bieber makeup in London was work on a boots counter next to the Bieber makeup counter, and that was it. But anyway, for some reason we decided we pulled this off, and off I went to New York. And Ilana she took me down to her studio and did my makeup in her little beautiful studio with all her products around her. And it was mid-70s, and she did, well, mid to late 70s. And she did this incredible disco makeup on me. And I looked in the mirror afterwards and thought, my God, I look amazing. But I've never seen myself look like this before. It was extraordinary. It was a total transformation. And that was my one and only lesson of how to do makeup, was have her do my makeup. Then I went up to the counter, and I was there in New York for a month, and I worked behind the counter and had the best time. It was literally the time of Studio 54 and blah, blah, and it was really, really fun time to be in New York City. And then about week 3, Lana said to me, will you come with me to the studio tomorrow, because I'm doing, you know, I want someone to carry my box. And in those days, unlike all of us now, you know, the box was literally this size. So I was, you know, again, my little first assisting job, I went, yeah, sure, no problem. So I carried her box, and she could carry this, it was really easy. I mean, who needs an assistant for this? So, you know, that was out, walked up the studio, and so laid everything out for her. And in walked the model, who was Brooke Shields. And that was fine by me, but the only thing that wasn't fine by me is Ilana turned around. The photographer was Greewell, who actually passed away a couple of years ago. It was this wonderful, he did all the covers for Bazaar and Glamour at the time in New York. And so Brooke came in, and Ilana said, Mary, I think you should do the makeup today, because at this point there was no competition in the business. It was what, you know, credits on magazines had hardly existed. It was a very, very different position now, where now, understandably, if you're offered anything, if you're starting off in your career, you have to take it, because there's someone else who will, so you just have to work so hard. So I sort of went into the makeup room with Brooke and sat down, didn't sit down, stood up and sat down, and I did her makeup, and I just did everything that Lana had done to me, but transformed into a much more beautiful, much younger face. This kind of extraordinary face was in front of me. And an hour later, I came out and said to Alana, she's ready, and they came in and said, fantastic, Mary, she looks beautiful. And it was like, oh my God, thank you, angels. It was just the most extraordinary feeling. For the first time in my life, I think I felt really 100% proud of myself. It was like, I've just done something all on my own.